everyone. My name is Jeffrey Craig, Marketing Director at Mexi. I'm here today to interview Jet Tan, President of the Hourglass Collective. This discussion today is a part of Mexi's Project Spotlight series, where I interview leading individuals from the world of blockchain and Web3. Without further ado, let's get into it. Jet, could you please give us some introductory remarks?
Absolutely. My name is Jet Tang, and I am the president of the Hourglass Collective. We are a collective that's built around the building utility around the Hourglass Weight token. And I'm also executive producer of the Next Crypto Gem TV show. We're very, very excited as season 1 is going to drop 8 days from now on September 7th. And it is going to be the first crypto competitive reality show to be in the mainstream globally. We're going to be on close to 200 platforms, reach over 400 million homes, and it's going to be very exciting. We're going to be running for 7 weeks in a row, prime time, once a week, and it's we've put in a lot of work into the show, and it's finally coming to fruition and all happening within days.
Awesome. Yes, we're all looking forward to it. And so to begin this conversation, I kind of wanted to separate this first question into a stranger versus a crypto native. So what is the Hourglass to these two different people? So how would you introduce it to a stranger on the street versus someone involved in crypto?
Okay, to a stranger on the street who's not in crypto, what we've done is that we've built a collective of people who are extremely successful in the real world. So our chairman is Jeffrey Mahoney. He is a billionaire who owns over 20 companies. One of them is Save Daily, which has over 7,000 institutional clients, which is in many ways, and in my opinion, more institutional adoption than all of crypto has combined right now with one company he owns. He also owns Neft Vodka. I'm here in his El Segundo office. He has offices all over the world, and Neft Vodka is in 21 countries. He owns a TV production company, which is how we were able to make the Next Crypto Gem TV show, as well as several mobile apps that we're going to be integrating our Hourglass Weight token into. But to simplify things, we took a collective of people who are very successful in the real non-crypto world in order to build a bridge to help make crypto mainstream via entertainment, video games, TV shows, mobile apps, and more.
Great, thank you for that. Yeah, I think that was a really great introduction and idea behind your company. So I think this segues well into our next one. Going to the inspiration behind you guys. What trends motivated you to enter the space? And how are you guys, the Hourglass Collective, viewing, analyzing, and processing some of these trends in crypto and Web3 moving forward?
Absolutely. Well, I've been in crypto since 2016 as just a speculator. And so I've had a lot of experience, but mostly as someone who invests in the space. Late last year, as this collective was kind of coming together, I just saw an opportunity to take leadership and to take a bigger role. And in terms of what inspired us to create an incubator, basically what Jeff does here with Neft Brands is an incubator in the regular non-crypto world. So there's over 20 companies that he owns under the umbrella in some way. Some are directly, some are sister companies, some are majority, minority. So there's all different forms, but in some way is owned in the what we sometimes call the Jeff-verse. So it's kind of fun here because like this office, it's kind of like a WeWork. This is the Neft office, but we get CEOs from all the different companies that he owns come in all the time as we're kind of an incubator in the real non-crypto world. So it naturally made sense that we would be good at being an incubator in the crypto world also. So if you look at some of the projects we're doing, we've been able to add a lot of value to them. Obviously, they're using our Weight token, but in addition to that, we've helped them generate a lot of equity financing. We've brought in we give them strategic guidance. We connect them to our other companies, and we help them succeed like any other incubator. In terms of the Next Crypto Gem TV show, what inspired me was that I feel like when I'm seeing crypto covered in the news, like in Yahoo or any other, mainstream internet site, usually we're not depicted in the best way. I feel like the mainstream media likes to focus on the scandals. They love talking about the Do Kwons, the SBF. They love talking about the rug pulls and all that. And I feel like there isn't enough emphasis on the people that are building and just trying to use blockchain to make the world a better place and to basically make our lives better and to take advantage of this innovative technology. And so I feel like that with the TV show, we can kind of change the narrative a little bit, because when you're meeting the contestants on the next Crypto Gem, they're real people, and you'll see that they're not scammers, they're not terrible, individuals that sometimes the media wants to depict us all as. And you get to know the space in a different way. And another thing that inspired me was I'm a huge fan of the UFC, and way back in the day, not everyone knows the story, but they were a failing organization and they were losing a ton of money. And Dana White and the Fertitta brothers were actually, they were on the last leg saying, should we just sell this? We're losing so much money. They decided to do a TV show called The Ultimate Fighter. And that TV show brought so much attention to the sport of mixed martial arts. Now the UFC is worth over $10 billion in the latest deal that they did with Endeavor, and it's the fastest growing sport in the world. But what it took to do that was a TV show, a narrative, because people connect to stories. If you take the average person on the street and you give them a technical white paper about a complex blockchain project, they're not going to connect with that. But if you're watching our TV show, it doesn't matter if you don't like crypto. There's so many fun competitions. There's so many interesting, tense moments. There's so much drama. We feel like this is how we connect to mainstream, and that's what we're all about. So that's what inspired me on the TV show specifically.
Yes, excellent idea. I have not seen anyone else in the industry take this approach, so that's one thing that kind of stands out when you browse through the Hourglass's website. So I do think you already kind of touched upon your mission, right, to grow blockchain adoption. You've talked about some of the strategies, such as this incubation network. Could you maybe expand a little bit more about this incubation network and what plans you have for it moving forward in terms of working with companies, how you're going to help them grow, how you're going to help them connect to all these industries such as entertainment, media, apps, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera?
Absolutely. So one thing that when I was investing in crypto, when I was not involved as a project leader, that I couldn't stand, was a lot of projects basically have pretty poor tokenomics, and they basically use the community just to fund what they're doing. And often that ends up in a bad situation where there's a lot of dilution. And we wanted the opposite of that in terms of what we're doing with the Hourglass Collective. So we did not launch the Hourglass token. It's an ownership renounced token that was stealth launched anonymously. 100% was circulating from the very beginning. And we decided to build around it because just the community that that kind of rallied around it was very creative. There were a lot of really good people. And we wanted to make it so you always knew that there wasn't this outside force that can suddenly dump all this uncirculating supply onto people and then kind of mess things up. So we're starting from a standpoint of 100% of weight tokens are circulating. And then we're creating all these projects that are not funded by token sales at all, but they're funded by outside people that are already financially successful. Like the TV show is funded by Jeff and by myself, and we're happy to do that. And so the cool thing is that with these incubated projects is that they also can be profitable on their own. Like the TV show, we invested X amount to do the TV show. It brings awareness to crypto, to the contestants, to the judges, to Hourglass, since we're incubated it and we're producers. But it also can be successful financially on its own as its own equity project. And so we're using that same model for our other incubated projects. So for example, Alpha District is a Web3 game inverse that we have. We're working really close with one of our senior advisors, Brian D. Evans, on that. And he's a great guy. He's was recently named in Forbes one of the top 40 people in crypto to watch out for. He's in over 300 Web3 investments, one of the most sought after advisors. And I talk with him every day about all of our strategies. And he's very deeply involved with Alpha District with us. What makes Alpha District really unique and different from a lot of the blockchain games that came out in the 2017 to 2020 timeframe is that the creators are some of the creators of the best selling AAA regular platform games. So we have folks from Detroit Becomes Human, Star Wars Eclipse, Clash of Clans, Assassin's Creed, and in all working on Alpha District. And so we feel like with that kind of talent, again, it's a bridge to the mainstream. We believe that we can create a product that gets people that aren't even involved, that aren't even thinking about crypto to be involved in this Web3 game and verse. And then soon they'll be playing it is what we want. They'll realize that the Wait token is integrated, and then they'll realize that there's all these cool things with blockchain and NFTs that don't occur in real games, but the ideas, that don't occur in non-blockchain games, right? But the idea is that it's frictionless. It's not like suddenly there's this big barrier to entry where you have to buy all this land first just to play, or you have to go through all these hoops just to play, like some of the earlier blockchain models. So that's an example of a project that we're incubating that we help them, we provided financing, we're giving them strategic advice and helping that whole project grow. And we're really, really excited about that. Another project that we have is Cosmos, and that is kind of like a Web3 version to some degree of a pretty popular app called Wattpad. Wattpad connects publishers with readers, and you can self-publish on it. You don't have to like apply to be a potential publisher. And so we like that model a lot. They sold to a North Korean company. I think it was like about year and a half ago for $600 million. So we know the space has a lot of potential, and we believe that building it in a way where it's blockchain friendly and NFT features from the ground up is really the way to go. And what's really exciting about Cosmos also is they're going to have, Wait token utility, as well as we're launching with I think it's 17, 18 partners who are going to use the Cosmos app to tell the story of their lore. And a lot of them are really great NFT projects, including Neo Tokyo and others. And just to show the cross-pollination, we're going to use Alpha District to tell the story of their lore in Cosmos as well. So those are two incubated projects. We're also going to be integrating the Wait token into all the apps in the Neft Jeffverse here. And so that's another big project, because we have apps that already have users that are growing, that are doing really well in the Web 2 world. Let's bring in some token utility to it. So
perfect. Thank you so much for all that information. That was really excellent. I did want to ask you an extra question. So you guys obviously have connections to all these other industries. And in 2022 and 2023, there's been decent amount of news about, institutional adoption or institutional money flows or lack thereof, or rumors, right? So what type of rumors or what type of reception are you hearing from these industries about blockchain and crypto and NFTs? Like, are they kind of getting more interested in it as as the hype has kind of fallen down?
That's a great question. That's a really fantastic question. I think that what I see happening is that when you're within the crypto space, the cream is rising to the top. So the very best people in Web3 know that we're in a macro bear right now, but realize that this is the best time to build. And so that when blockchain is everywhere and we're in bull and all over the news and everything, that we will have the most possible to show for it. And that's what we're doing at Hourglass. That's what folks like Brian and our other senior advisor, George, know that right now it's quiet and it's kind of a little bit of a cynical time in blockchain. But eventually, if you look at the growth curve of blockchain adoption, it's literally following that exact same curve as the growth curve of the internet. So the news may like to cover all the scandals and everything, but adoption is growing, and we are going to continue to gain traction. I think every cycle we go through, we get better, and there's more utility. In terms of regular industries, I think that what they need is that they need education, and they need examples of success and true utility. And so, like, obviously, when I go to a lot of parties that Neft hosts, and sometimes we're dealing with lots of like very, very wealthy people, business owners there, and a lot of them would love to get into blockchain, but they just think of it as this shady space. They don't know how, they don't know where to begin. And so that's kind of why we're positioning ourselves as kind of this bridge. We want to be able to show that it's not this scary space. You do have to educate yourself, and that's why I think crypto education is so important. Things like our show can help with that. And also, we want to create examples where we're creating real utility with projects like Alpha District, Cosmos, and the apps that we integrate our Weight token into that are successful projects regardless of the token, but now we're bringing Web3 in a useful way that makes sense. And so we're hoping that we can definitely play a part into more institutions that don't know anything about the blockchain space, and or even who are cynical, maybe opening their mind a little bit, and that leading to a positive trend.
Great, thank you for that insight. So we've covered who you are, your mission, your token, your incubator, some of your founding team, and last but not least, let's get to your upcoming announcement, the next crypto gem.
Yep.
So we think that this is going to inspire a new trend of bringing crypto to the entertainment industry, right? As you said. So how about you tell us more about this show? Who's going to be on it? What type of drama is going to take place? Is there going to be arguments? Is it going to be yelling? Is there going to be jokes? Is there going to be, what type of amusing things, or what should everyone expect?
Well, what is beautiful is that we partnered with Bespoke TV, which is a company that Jeff has ownership in, and they know how to make great TV. They didn't know anything about crypto. I had to teach them about crypto. We all had to educate them on the crypto space, but they learned very, very fast. And so I think that it's all of those things. We like to compare it. Recently, CoinDesk did a piece on us, and they compared us to The Apprentice for crypto. And I think that that's a really, really good comparison. There's also kind of a Shark Tank element, and we even have one of the original sharks, Kevin Harrington, as a guest star in our TV series. But at the heart of it, what we did is that we brought in, there's 16 contestants that are crypto projects, and they have to go through a series of challenges to prove their mettle and to basically vie for the title, the honor, the prize package of being the next crypto gem. And through this process, there's competitions, there's entertainment, there's clashes, and we're blessed to have three of the best people in crypto, I feel, as judges. Brian D. Evans, who I already mentioned, who's also our advisor for Hourglass. George as well, George Tung, Cryptos Are Us, one of the most popular crypto YouTubers, and the firebrand and controversial Leah Halpern, who has very, very unique opinions on both crypto, Bitcoin, and on culture as well. And we have a very, very diverse group of judges, and we have some very passionate leaders of projects, and it's a very exciting ride to see how they go through the challenges and how it all pans out.
We're looking forward to it. All right, last but not least, could you give us a really brief 30-second to 1 minute roadmap of what you guys are doing moving forward, 2023, 2024?
Yeah, so basically, this is just the very beginning for us. I think that some people, when we first started, a lot of people were skeptical that we were even going to make a TV show happen. I remember being at a convention and just saying, this is our project, the next crypto gem. This is our first incubated project. And people were going, this is never going to see light. I don't know if I believe you. Is this really going to be on TV? But we do everything we say we're going to do. I think as they saw that we had the judges cast, that we had a big studio for production, that we began sharing clips of the filming, they started to believe it was going to happen. So this is great. It's a proof of concept. We want to, it's not the perfect show, the first season, but it shows that we can do it. And so what we're going to do is we're going to keep it on expanding and going bigger and better. Season 2, we're expecting to be much broader. We're probably going to go at least 10 episodes. We're going to have more contestants to begin with, have a bigger studio. And so we're going to really excited about pre-production of that. And then obviously we have the incubated projects we already mentioned in progress, Alpha District and Cosmos. And we're going to announce a new incubated project in not long at all that's already in full swing. On our website, hourglassx.com, we kind of have hints of the incubated projects in the pipeline, but we use a code name and give a hint for it. And the next one is going to be very, very interesting. The code name is Project Kronos, and we have some outstanding partners for that one that we're really excited about. And it's, as it launches, it's not going to take months of development. It's going to be a fully formed project from the get-go. So in the near future, you can see that. Also, we are the type of entity that we're inundated with opportunities on a daily basis. I mean, we probably have maybe 5 to 10 things to look at as possible incubations, or they're interested in partnering, being with us in some way or another on a weekly basis. So that's one of the complicated things about doing a really graphical, perfect white paper, is that we move so quickly that we may have a certain path, but then something may fall into our lap that is right there, really exciting, and then we will optimize the whole roadmap to make the most sense in terms of rolling everything out, as well as bringing in what's coming in that's new. So I could say that out of what we have for sure, there is a ton of growth involved that you're going to see. But in addition, there is always a lot of blue sky when you're dealing with Hourglass Collective, because we have so much deal flow. So it's going to be fun. I mean, I would just say that if anyone wants to follow us, follow along, go to the Hourglass Twitter, go to our Telegram, meet the people in our community. We have some of the very, very nicest people in our community. I'm so proud of them. And a lot of them have been with us for a long time. And I feel like this is just a story that's unfolding. We're in the very, very early innings, and it's just going to keep on blossoming. And it'll be a fun story, fun ride for everyone involved.
Wow, thank you so much, Jet Tang. We've just picked your brain for about 20 minutes, and we thank you so much for giving us these excellent insights into the Hourglass Collective. We hope to stay in touch, and we look forward to September 7th.
Thank you so much. And I also just want to say that we've had a fantastic experience with MEXC. You guys are absolutely awesome. And so shout out to the MEXC community. Really appreciate great products like yours.